Only available for a limited time by...
If you think you don't have time for lunch, the KFC Lunch Police are coming for you. So why not make KFC your lunch spot of choice? There's just one catch. These midday meals can only be found on international menus. Here are 16 KFC lunch specials America wish they had.
Same dream. Some fake colonel pretending to be me.
KFC Lunch Buffet, Canada.
I'm just preparing for an all-you-can-eat war.
Oh, Canada, the country that makes up the North in North America. Canada is known for its picturesque countryside, pleasant, inviting people, and some pretty intense cold, depending on where in Canada you happen to be. However, the Great White North is also known for some unique and delicious dishes. After all, where would the culinary world be without the cheese-covered, gravy-soaked fried goodness that is poutine? Over in the fast food department, there doesn't seem to be too much deviation from the established norm when compared to the US, but every now and then Canada whips up either a tasty fast food innovation or a fantastic dining experience that the US wishes they had.
So jealous!
This is definitely the case with KFC Canada. If you happen to be in the mood for a little fried chicken for lunch, you can pop into the local KFC and overload on all the chicken, fries, and other goodness you can eat at the all-you-can-eat buffet. However, there is one catch. There's only one KFC buffet in the entire country. Yes, it turns out that if you want to gorge yourself on good old-fashioned southern fried goodness, you'll have to take a trip over to Saskatchewan. The province known for its extreme flatness, the CFL football team, the Rough Riders, and the home of WWE superstar Brock Lesnar can also add home of the only KFC buffet in the country to its list. Bring your appetite because you'll get unlimited fried chicken and sides for only $14.50. It goes without saying that the good residents of Saskatchewan come in hungry for lunch and leave satisfied. Whether the rest of Canada tends to flock over to the middle province for some finger-licking good lunch is anybody's guess.
I love KFC.
KFC Canada, 2 for $2 Tuesdays and fill up poutine.
I wish it were not Poutine.
Okay.
Americans say poutine.
So it's already been established that Canada has done some pretty amazing things with French fries by introducing the starchy, crispy fellas to their soulmates, gravy and cheese. However, the northern nation is much more than poutine when talking about fast food goodness. Just one bite of a Tim Hortons walnut crunch, a mighty chicken Caesar wrap at a Canadian Subway, or a maple macchiato from a Canuck Starbucks will plaster a satisfied smile on just about anyone's face. When it comes to KFC, Canada has put their own twist on the Colonel's menu. You'll definitely spot the famous poutine alongside the standard fried chicken, and boldly seasoned fries are also a Canadian exclusive. However, those particular fries are a limited-time item. Getting back to poutine, when lunchtime calls, the Colonel's version of the Canadian comfort food can be paired with a classic American treat for a fantastic lunch deal. The fill-up poutine deal pairs a classic Canadian poutine with a good old-fashioned chocolate chip cookie and your choice of soft drink. And while it may not seem like much, a poutine is deceptively filling. However, if you're looking for a bit more for your lunch, the Tuesdays lunch deal gives you twice as much. The deal gives you 2 pieces of dark meat original recipe chicken or 2 tenders for $2.99. 2 for $2 on Tuesday. Too much? Likely not.
I think it's a good deal.
Lunch Police Special.
The police are here.
Fast food in India is both uncanny and delicious. Many of the signature dishes and menu items most of the world is familiar with are subject to changes in the country. This is, in part, due to both taste preferences and dietary restrictions. For example, you won't find a Big Mac or a Quarter Pounder in India because it is illegal to eat beef in most parts of the country. Instead, you'll find items such as the Maharaja Mac, which is made with chicken, and the Veggie Surprise Burger. KFC outlets in India are not subject to too much change as their main product is chicken, which is likely why there are more than 1,000 locations in the country today. KFC India is interesting, to say the least. In fact, KFCs in Asia are the most unique KFCs around. With wild marketing campaigns and delicious new takes on old classics, KFC India has become something entirely unique. The latest marketing campaign from KFC India, for example, features Colonel Sanders leading his lunch police to track down all those folks who think they have no time for lunch.
You're under arrest!
These ads were meant to spread the word about KFC India's lunchtime specials, and they certainly do the job. If you're particularly hungry, you can pick up the Rice Special. The meal features 2 crispy and juicy chicken tenders, a heaping rice bowl filled with savory curry rice with veggies, and a drink for only 149 Indian rupee. If you're still hungry, you can grab the Roll Special, a crunchy chicken wrap paired with 2 chicken tenders and a drink for the same low price of 149 rupee. And if you find yourself coming back for round 3, maybe the longer special featuring a classic chicken zinger sandwich topped with spicy mayo teamed with 2 crispy chicken tenders is good enough to satisfy your lunchtime hunger. These items are all featured Lunch Police special meals for the same price. And don't forget to join the Colonel in saying,
"Aao lunch kare."
First time here? Well, what are you waiting for? Take a quick second to hit that subscribe button. Everyone else is doing it. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
KFC South Africa Lunchbox Meals.
Where's my lunchbox?
Fast food in South Africa is much like being back in North America, as a walk down any street will yield some familiar chains. While there are franchises such as famous brands Donair's Pizza and Steers, which aren't exactly household brands over here, staple chains like McDonald's and Burger King are all represented. When it comes to the most widely represented American franchise in South Africa, it's KFC that stands above the rest.
We are number 1.
Yes, the Colonel's secret recipe seems to be beloved above all others, so it's fitting that when South Africans think of lunch, KFC is the most likely destination. Luckily, there are some pretty sweet lunch deals on the menu. The lunchtime chicken sandwich deals come with a little extra chicken, because why have 1 piece of chicken when you can have 2? A crispy original recipe chicken sandwich and a drumstick with fries and a drink will only cost you 49.90 rand, equal to about $3 US. Upping the chicken game by 3, you can also get a chicken sandwich and a 3-piece. Or you can be like former UFC contender Jorge Masvidal and order yourself a 3-piece and a soda for 49.90 rand. KFC South Africa also offers a streetwise menu, with combos ranging from a 2, 3, and even 5-piece with fries or mashed potatoes. So you've got choices.
There's a KFC at the next exit.
Perfect.
KFC Mexico Mega Box.
As a talking bucket of KFC, dinner time is my time to shine.
So when you think of Mexico and its cuisine, whether fast food or traditional, the last thing you'll likely imagine is fried chicken. While chicken is a staple ingredient in many Mexican dishes, fried chicken doesn't exactly scream Mexico. With that said, however, that doesn't mean that Mexico is lacking when it comes to the fried good stuff. In fact, there are dozens of fried chicken joints south of the border, and this includes many of the big American chains. Of course, El Colonel and his secret recipe has made its way across the border and into the hearts of many Mexicans for quite some time at this point. But KFC Mexico does have a few items that many of us north of the border would love to have access to. Just one look at the Kikono Hershey's chocolate cone vanilla soft serve, as in the cone is chocolate flavored, or churros bites would make just about anyone make a run for the border.
Sounds delicious.
However, if it's lunch that you're after, KFC Mexico does their customers a solid with their chicken share combos. The chicken share bowl comes loaded with either 3 pieces of original recipe chicken and 3 tenders, 6 tenders, or 3-piece chicken and popcorn chicken for 179 pesos, roughly $10 in American dollars.
Eat up. I'm doing the cooking tonight.
To Can Dine KFC Canada.
Get on and give her, bud.
What good is lunchtime if you can't share it with a friend, right? This is the sentiment shared by many Canadians. True, the good folks up north have a reputation the world over for being some of the nicest, most pleasant people you can come across. So it makes sense that many Canadians would like to spend their lunchtime with a friend.
Oh, this trick's a real lemon.
Now, sitting down in the break room or wherever you happen to take your lunch is great, but most folks nowadays find themselves heading out to any number of fast food joints to get their afternoon meal. However, not all fast food chains are created equal. Luckily, KFC Canada offers up a nice lunch deal for you and your lunchtime companion. As mentioned earlier, KFC Canada isn't anything unusual. In fact, you're likely to find almost the exact menu in Canada as you would anywhere in the States, for the most part. However, it's those few exceptions that make all the difference, such as the 2 Can Dine for $16.99. The meal features 2 original chicken sandwiches, 2 fries, and 2 drinks. Of course, if you're particularly hungry, maybe forget asking your friend to come along and enjoy both meals and have a lunchtime feast.
Well, time for lunch.
KFC Indonesia Chicken and Rice.
Boy, I sure do have a lot of nightmares about chicken.
Indonesia is one of the Asian countries that kind of falls under the radar. The world's largest island country is nestled in the Southeast Pacific, soaking up all the sun and existing as an isolated island paradise. The culture of the average Indonesian differs quite a bit from the rest of Asia. For instance, Islam is the largest practiced religion in the nation, which is a departure from countries like Korea, China, and Japan. However, when it comes to food, Indonesians follow the same delicious trends that the majority of Asian countries do, and they serve up the goodness. Traditional Indonesian food can range from the savory satay, which are juicy meat skewers usually served with rice, to the sweet dessert martabak, a kind of pancake filled with chocolate.
I'm making chocolate, of course. How do you like it?
Of course, there is the national dish, nasi uduk, which is coconut milk-cooked rice served with fried chicken. So it stands to reason that if Indonesia's national dish features fried chicken, they would enjoy the Colonel's secret recipe, and that they do. KFC Indonesia offers some pretty interesting departures from the established norms of North America, if that wasn't obvious. Menu items like the Oriental Don, a rice bucket with savory chicken, and even a serving of scrambled eggs is what you'll find when you visit the local Indonesian KFC. However, when the lunch bell rings, hungry customers will not only find more of the same, but they'll find it at a bargain. Lunch deals like the chicken and rice ball meal. The meal features 2 pieces of original recipe chicken, fries, and 2 rice balls.
I flew all the way to Kentucky to get some of your fried chicken, and the Colonel isn't even working today?
Chicken skin combo, Indonesia.
Your purified water and fried chicken skins are here.
There's even more being served up during lunchtime over in the Pacific Southeast. KFC Indonesia lunchtime specials keep mouths watering with items like the chicken skin box. Ever find yourself sinking your teeth into a fresh piece of KFC chicken and that delicious fried skin slides off? What most folks tend to do is simply eat that crispy skin. In fact, there's a large population of KFC fans out there who would be perfectly fine with eating just the skin. Well, that's exactly what you can order for lunch if you find yourself at an Indonesian KFC. The chicken skin box comes in both original recipe and gold spice. And for those who don't want the box, the chicken skin also comes in smaller serving bags.
That's what drew me to you, that you look like a chicken.
Hot lunch specials, KFC Singapore.
The eyes taste first, then lips.
Singapore is one of the most beautiful countries in Asia. With its futuristic architecture, towering skyscrapers, and brilliantly multicolored nighttime skyline, Singapore is one of the crown jewels of the Pacific Rim. Aside from the fabulous day-to-day and nightlife that awaits anyone that makes their way to the country, Singapore also has some tasty morsels that are just waiting to be sampled. Of course, just one look at the local cuisine is enough to make mouths water.
Can I have a bite?
However, there are plenty of famous fast food franchises holding their own in Singapore, and KFC is one of the biggest. KFC has been taking Asia by storm over the years. As mentioned earlier, Indonesia has a large amount of KFC locations, as does China and Japan. So Singapore, being yet another Asian destination for KFC, makes perfect sense. The Singapore menu is definitely not what North Americans are used to for the most part. Items like sweet potato waffle fries and chicken bak kwa, a Singapore delicacy, sit alongside familiar North American KFC classics. With that said, KFC Singapore makes sure its customers are satisfied at lunch with its weekday hot deals. A chicken bak kwa crunch meal features a 3-piece chicken bak kwa, mashed potatoes, coleslaw, and your choice of beverage. The chicken bak kwa sandwich box, which comes with fries, mashed potatoes, a piece of original recipe chicken, and a drink, goes for $12.95.
Did someone say KFC?
$5 fill-up meals and BBQTender sandwich meal, Singapore.
I'm so full. So full.
Same here.
So while we're still in Singapore, we might as well continue to have a look at their KFC menu. As mentioned previously, the KFC menu in Singapore has a few hidden gems sitting alongside fan favorites. But lunchtime isn't over, so what other deals does the menu have for its loyal customers? This is where the famous fill-up meals come in to sweep hungry patrons off their feet. The famous potato bowl features mashed potatoes sprinkled with popcorn chicken and topped with nacho cheese, which seems like some kind of delicious mishmash of items that were left over in the KFC R&D kitchen, and that's not a bad thing by any means.
Okay, I have a crazy idea.
The meal comes with a 2-piece hot and crispy chicken tender and a drink. Now, not everyone is a fan of mashed potatoes. Some folks out there like their starch in rice form, especially if you happen to be in Asia. KFC Singapore has its customers covered with the original recipe rice bowl and curry rice bowls. The original recipe rice bowl is filled with rice, mushrooms, gravy, and topped with popcorn chicken, while the curry bowl is much the same but with the added punch of curry. Both bowls come with 2 chicken tenders and a drink for $5. For those who are looking for a sandwich for lunch, the BBQTender sandwich meal is also available. The sandwich features 2 crispy chicken tenders and is dripping with Chipotle barbecue sauce and comes with fries and a drink as well for $5.
You happen to have $5.
KFC Australia 6-wing lunch and double slider with chips.
Would you mind getting a move on?
I'm on my lunch break.
There was a point back in the 80s where the world couldn't get enough of Australia. The culture, the music, pretty much everything coming out of the land down under was celebrated during the decade. From giant knives being brandished by Crocodile Dundee to Foster's Australian beer. If it was Australian, it was popular. However, this fascination with the Aussie way of life didn't seem to include food. The country is known for some unique and delicious dishes, such as fairy bread, which is just regular white bread with butter and sprinkles, because delicious doesn't have to be complicated.
Why, Australia, why?
And pavlova meringue cakes. The same can be said about the Aussies' fast food selection. Of course, all the big chains are fully represented down under, like McDonald's and so on. And much like the US, Canada, and the UK, you'll find pretty much what you'd find on any of the famous fast food chains' menus in Australian locations. However, walking into an Australian KFC will yield sights like some nice lunch specials. One of their tastiest lunch deals is their 6-wing lunch. 6 crispy and juicy original recipe wings with a regular order of fries and your choice of drink is just enough to get you through the afternoon drag. However, some of us need just a little more to satisfy the lunch munchies. Luckily, the KFC Aussie has another lunch deal with their double slider and chips. The sliders feature a crispy chicken tender wrapped in a soft pita with lettuce and either regular or spicy mayo and chips, as in fries, not potato chips. The meal comes complete with regular fries and a drink for $6.95. However, these deals are online exclusives, so you're out of luck if your next KFC lunch is an impromptu visit to an actual outlet.
Did someone say KFC?
KFC Australia $5 Go Bucket.
KFC is called the Go Bucket.
So the Aussies have shown that their local KFCs are more than capable of hanging in there with the rest of the world when it comes to fast food, especially lunch deals. It's a good thing too, because lunch after lunch of Vegemite likely tends to get a bit on the boring side. KFC Australia offers another tasty and affordable lunchtime special that is almost a thing of genius, the Go Bucket. The Go Bucket is a shrunken bucket that fits in your hand.
It's so small.
The bucket is packed with 2 crispy chicken tenders and loaded with fries, all in one convenient container that is perfect for eating on the go. Go Buckets come in the original recipe chicken tender Go Bucket, chicken nugget Go Bucket, crispy wings, and popcorn chicken, because why not include every tasty chicken item the Colonel has under his belt? The $5 Go Bucket combo pairs any of the Go Buckets with your choice of drink. Yes, gone are the days when the Aussies were thought of as crocodile-hunting, Foster-drinking surfers with great tans and men at work providing the musical soundtrack. Now, when thinking about the good folks of Australia, perhaps you'll think about all those blokes exiting the local KFC with a satisfied stomach and a few dollars left over to spend on boomerangs and didgeridoos.
What do you mean Dundee's lost in the outback? He is the outback.
KFC UK 2-wrap deal.
Today, we're gonna learn how to make fried chicken the Colonel Sanders way.
When it comes to food across the pond, the UK definitely has its own signature style. While the British have gained a reputation for having bland and even uninspired food, the reality's far from accurate. In fact, the UK has been serving up tasty dishes such as fish and chips, the full English breakfast featuring eggs, ham, sausage, and toast, and Yorkshire pudding for years. However, when it comes to fast food over in Great Britain, the Brits enjoy all the same fast food goodness as the rest of the world. For every kebab and fish and chip takeaway joint, there's a McDonald's, Burger King, and the most famous fried chicken franchise of them all, KFC. UK KFCs serve up all the down-home goodness that folks have come to expect from them, and a few dishes and deals that you won't find stateside. One of those deals is the 2 for $6 lunch deal. Yes, KFC UK serves up mouth-watering chicken wraps for the low price of £6.
Price that is reasonable.
The wraps are always loaded with crispy chicken tenders, lettuce, tomato, and are just enough to curb that lunchtime hunger. However, if 2 chicken wraps are simply not enough for your lunchtime craving, KFC UK also offers a lunch special featuring a chicken wrap combo for £10. Though this deal isn't as cheap, but definitely more filling.
So pricey.
Boneless Banquet, UK.
Are you boneless?
Let's continue our little visit across the pond. As stated previously, fast food is a bit different in England and the rest of the UK. Moreover, KFC in the UK tends to be a nice mix of the familiar and unique when it comes to menu comparisons. For instance, a veggie rice box, beans, or an apple and black currant fruit shoot, it's a soft drink, are just a few items on the UK menu that you definitely won't find anywhere else. However, much like the folks in North America, the citizens of the UK are always up for a good deal, especially when it's time for lunch. After all, who among us hasn't felt their stomach rumble only to realize that their lunch is either still sitting on the kitchen counter thanks to the morning rush, or they were planning to eat out? So when it comes time to grab a quick lunch from your local fast food joint, a deal is just as appetizing as whatever meal you're planning on picking up. Of course, hungry Brits who can't get enough of Southern fried goodness can always look forward to a few lunchtime deals at their local KFC. With that said, another quick glance at the lunch menu will reveal the Boneless Banquet. The 3-piece boneless feast fit for a king or queen features 3 mini boneless tenders, a small popcorn chicken, regular fries, and your choice of side.
I'm a bit more progressive than my pals down at Chick-fil-A.
Plus, this banquet comes with an original dip and a drink. The Boneless Banquet will only run you just under £9. Since you're in the UK, whether you choose to go full British by substituting your soft drink with a spot of tea and perhaps a few scones in place of a Southern-inspired dessert is optional, not mandatory.
Which British one?
Golden Chicken Combo, Indonesia.
Here, chicken, chicken, chicken.
Seeing as how Indonesia has about 700 KFC locations currently operating in the country, it's safe to assume that the country loves its chicken. And what's not to love? The Colonel has been leaving folks all over the world satisfied for years, so it's fitting that the good folks of Southeast Asia get to partake in a little Southern goodness. However, for this particular lunch deal, all the goodness is there, but it's not exactly a Southern classic. The Golden Chicken deal features 5 pieces of original recipe chicken drizzled in nacho cheese and finished with sesame seeds. Other combos featuring KFC Indonesia's Golden Chicken is the Golden Combo, which comes with a rice ball and a buttercream float, and the Golden Combo 2, featuring a Golden Chicken 2-piece, rice ball, and buttercream float. Southern, not so much. Finger-licking good? Absolutely.
No, they're not. You left the best part.
No, I'm pretty sure they're...
Kimchi Double Down Combo, Indonesia.
Is it even a burger without buns?
Remember the Double Down? You know, that dangerously delicious sandwich dreamt up by some crazy genius one night in the culinary labs of KFC? The sandwich features strips of bacon and cheese sauce smashed between 2 pieces of original recipe fried chicken. The likelihood of people thinking that they were dreaming when first hearing about the sandwich was probably 80 to 90%. However, this was no dream, and the Double Down has gone down in culinary infamy ever since.
It's insane.
Now, these days, the Double Down will show up every so often on the menu as a limited time item. That is, unless you live in Asia, more specifically Indonesia. Yes, not only can you still get the sandwich at the local Indo KFC, you can get it with an Asian twist. The Kimchi Double Down Combo features the untraditional sandwich slathered with kimchi and a potato cake between the fried chicken posing as buns. Of course, you're going to need something to wash that Double Down with. So it's fitting that the sandwich is paired with a Jeju summer float. It's worth noting that the Double Down is also served in other parts of Asia, like the Philippines, where they even serve up an item called the Double Down Dog. Asia, we thank you.
I want a double down.
We're serving up great videos all day and all night. To keep watching, just tap or click.